Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and it's that time again. It's time for the derby preview. Rangers versus Celtic. We're here again after only, a month since the last one. Just over a month, should I say. We're back here again for the final encounter this season in all competitions. Obviously, we take on Hearts in the Cup final. Rangers were knocked out by Aberdeen before they got to Hampden. But it's the final time we face each other this season, and it's at Ibrox, so I'm heading into this very cautious, like I said in the last one as well in March there, I'm a lot more cautious now on YouTube with how I go around things. So the last time we played at Ibrox, I came into the YouTube video and I was like, oh, Rangers are shite, we'll beat them, blah, blah. I was overly confident, let's be honest. And then we forgot to turn up on the day. Callum McGregor was the only player who I think got the memo, and we were embarrassed. We lost only 1-0, but it could have been a lot worse, and Rangers ultimately beat us. I became a meme. But at the end of the day, look at the point of the season we're both at now, I suppose. But, at the time it was rather foolish, so I don't want that to happen again. I'm looking to avoid that, and that's why this time I'll be a lot more cautious going into things. But this time, circumstances very different compared to the other three meetings. This one doesn't have as substantial an effect around it, or meaning around it. At the end of the day, it's still a derby game. We should be looking to win the game. It's the team we hate the most. It's our biggest rivals. We do not like to lose. Ultimately, we want the bragging rights. So I don't think there's any, reason to say this means nothing, because at the end of the day, it's the derby. Rangers will be looking to have some sort of impact towards the end of the season, some sort of morale booster, you could say. But Celtic are ultimately looking to continue on the good times and the momentum heading into the cup final. And ultimately, we just won 8 in a row, so Neil Lennon's unbeaten as well. So we want to keep that run going. It's not going to be easy though. It's a big match this Sunday, but a few things to talk about coming up for this game. Rangers coming into it off the back of a couple of decent results, and Celtic, obviously last week's result was the result that secured 8 in a row, so momentum is high in the Celtic camp, and that's what you're here for, the Celtic fan perspective of it all. So let's just get right down to things, I suppose. So the first thing I want to speak about very briefly, because I couldn't give a toss about, but I believe people want to hear my opinions on it, so I'll briefly give my opinion on it just before we go any further with the match preview. Rangers have obviously refused to give Celtic a guard of honour for this game. Could I care? Could I fuck? It doesn't affect me. I don't want or expect a guard of honour from Rangers. I wouldn't expect to give Rangers a guard of honour at Parkhead if they won the title. As I said to CJ, not that I'm expecting that to happen anytime soon, but I would never in a million years expect the Celtic team to line up for Rangers, so I am not caring that Rangers aren't doing it for us. I couldn't agree really with the pundits and such who believe they should be given a guard of honour. Look, this is the biggest rivalry in world football you're looking at here, and one of them anyway. And the hatred between the two teams is one thing that is, left alive in British football. It's been killed by commercialism, and this is one thing that hasn't been, so let's not do that. Let's keep that bitterness there. There's no need for the kind of dark ages stuff, you could say, but and obviously there's extremes, but there's no need for a guard of honour. What does it mean? Nothing. Celtic have won 8 in a row, as Callum McGregor put it bluntly in his press conference today. We know we deserve 8 in a row. We know we worked hard for it. We don't need anyone to show us that for a guard of honour, and that's been quite rightly put by Callum McGregor, I believe, and that's all we need. The fact that we won 8 in a row is good enough, and we don't need a guard of honour. So I'm not too bothered. That is my opinions on it. I don't believe in it because I wouldn't want us to do it at Parkhead, simply put. So briefly got that opinion out the way, but this Sunday Celtic have the chance to take a win off Rangers once again, like we did in our meeting only over a month ago. So if you look at the two teams' history this season, it's quite neck and neck. We've got 2 wins at Parkhead, they've got a 1 win at Ibrox. We could even it up. We've only met 3 times so far this season, no cup encounters. It sounded like cup encounters. There's been none of those, so that's a chance for Rangers to equal up, and obviously they'll want to take this win at Ibrox on Sunday. It's quite big to them, try and close the gap a little bit, show that the league hasn't been as dominant as maybe Celtic fans like to make out. It's their chance to do that, but once again, it's their chance to get revenge for that embarrassment that was the game in December. It's their chance to show why we're the champions. It's a big chance for Neil Lennon to show why maybe he should be the main candidate for the Celtic job, because if Neil Lennon does lose this game on Sunday, and in a style that kind of reflects the majority of performances we've had under him, then that's going to take a massive knock, I believe, in his chances for getting the job. So himself will be trying to get this team as hungry as possible on Sunday for a big result. And there's these talks, there's a lot of talk I heard on the Super Scoreboard and even on Twitter over the last couple of days. And this is the main talking point of the episode that I wanted to bring up. A lot of people suggesting, a lot of pundits, a lot of fans as well suggesting that because this old firm doesn't mean as much, and because this old firm isn't as meaningful because we've wrapped up the title. We should be resting the team. We should be playing a side that has your likes of Flex in it, and just an overall rested side like Hearts are going to be doing for the last couple of games of the season. So we go into the cup final with a fit and fresh team, as little injuries as possible. And there's two sides of the argument. Yes, I can understand that Rangers players probably will be aggressive on Sunday. I will imagine they will try to kick the life out of Celtic players. We've seen it in March, we'll probably see it again as tensions will flare throughout the game. There probably will be a lot of opportunities where we will sit down and go, right, okay, he's trying to deliberately hurt him, and we can miss that out. But at the same time, it's a derby. It's Celtic versus Rangers. It's the biggest derby in world football to me, and we know how much it means to fans, and by no means, I don't think we should be resting anybody. We've still got 2 weeks to the cup final. Rest in the final game of the season at Parkhead against Hearts. That is going to be an easier game. Don't rest in the derby. In my opinion, we should be playing our strongest team. We should be playing the exact same team as what we played against Aberdeen last week, with the exemption of Kieran Tierney. Because the exception of Kieran Tierney. We shouldn't be playing him because he's hot, quite clearly. That's the only change I'd make. I'd bring Hayes in and replace Tierney with him. That's the only change I'd make. I think our strongest side should field against Rangers on Sunday. This is the derby. No one likes to drop points, let alone lose in the derby. It's not nice. It's not great. And, considering we're the champions, we should be proving that we are the champions and proving we're the best team in Scotland by going out and trying to beat them as harshly as possible. We've done it the last couple of seasons, and it'd be great to see it again this season. It's been 1 goals. It's been narrow games between the two of us. And I want a blowout performance from our side. We're not going to get that on Sunday. I'm not saying we're going to get that at all. My overall thoughts towards the game is probably at 60% of me anxious and nervous and 40% of me excited, because I know what happened the last time we went to Ibrox, and I know the last time we went there I felt that sudden urge of confidence and then it was thrown right back in my face. So 60% of me is feeling slightly doubtful that we'll go out and get a big win. I'm confident we can get a win, but we're not going to do anything remarkable. I think I've dealt with that reality, and if we do, I'll be very, very happy. And I'm not saying I've got a lack of confidence in the side. It's just, we've not been great, and granted we were really good last week. We got things wrapped up well at Pittodrie, but Aberdeen, they missed a lot of chances and such. It could have, they could have took a 1-2-0 lead in that game as well. So you've got to remember that we weren't exactly amazing last week. We were good. It was probably the best league performance we've had under Lennon. It was a big improvement, but it wasn't, a standard that gives me a lot of confidence heading into a derby match away from home. So, there's a lot of things around this game, but in my eyes, we shouldn't be resting, because if we rest our side and we play reserve players, and we do give the likes of Flex a chance, who I do want to see get a chance in the Celtic team, don't get me wrong, but if we do play our bench players and blah, 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 etc., what if Rangers go out and beat us 3 or 4 nothing? Not going to happen. That's going to get clipped now in case it does. But what if they did? What if that happened? What an embarrassment that would be. What for fucking winning 8 in a row 1 week to get beat or pumped off our rivals the next. That is not nice. So no, we do not rest our team on Sunday, my eyes. We play the strongest team, and that's the exact team I want to see Weir starting. I think he offers a lot. It's his chance to show in a derby as well what he can offer. We know what to do. We just need to press. We need to avoid mistakes. We need to be able to deal with their pressure, because that's what they done at Ibrox in December. They pressed into us. They pushed us high. They weren't allowing us breathing space. We've got to be able to deal with that, but we've got to apply the same to them, because that's what they struggle with as well. And we've got to give the ball to our most creative outlets and not pass it around the back aimlessly like we did in December. No, we've got to try and get it to the creative players in the team, create chances, and just allow that free-flowing football instead of side to side, side to side, side to side. Oh, we've given away the ball, but don't press Rangers. Just let them run at us. No, we've got to get in. We've got to get tight. And we've got to make their players as nervous as how ours might be. We've got this whole effect where there's 50,000 Rangers fans and only 800 Celtic fans. We need to put that behind us for this season. Hopefully it's going next season, but we need to put that behind us, because there's nothing we can do about it. And hopefully, the players can just think to themselves, it's a game of football. We're the champions. We're the better side. Let's go out and get the win. That's what they should be thinking. And with our best 11 in the park, I believe that we can get a win. I'm just not as confident as maybe what I was in March, or maybe I was the first time of the season, or even as I was in December, because that was a wake-up call. But, do you know what? We are the champions. We've won 8 in a row. So, if we do lose, you know what? I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to fucking moan. I'm not going to, unless the performance is shocking. It'll be a big indication maybe as to whether or not Lennon should get the job. But, it's just let's go out on Sunday and get the win. Let's play our strongest team and get the win. That's my overall message from this video. None of us resting pish. Let's just go out and get the win. Morelos is returning from injury. So not injury, suspension. Wonder if he'll get suspended again. You know, there's got to be Rangers players looking for fouls on. You know, there's got to be tackles flying. They're going to go for us. They're going to try and get revenge for Scott Brown celebrating. They'll be into Brown all game, and hopefully we don't take the bite. What I want to see from Celtic players is getting up and laughing in their faces. I don't want to see Celtic players getting sent off stupidly. If Morelos and Kent and the rest of them want to get up to the same antics as they did at Parkhead, get up and laugh in their face and remind them of how many fucking trophies they've won this season. That's what to do. And remind them how many trophies they've won over the past fucking however many seasons. That's what to do. Laugh in their faces, Celtic. Don't give them anything. That is my overall message. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That sounded a bit bitter towards the end, didn't it? Oh well, that's a derby for you. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time.